3 things you agreed to before you were born. Oh boy, where do we start here? I'll tell you this, and I'll lead with the story. And that is, I have a friend, she lives in Germany, but when she was 13, she had a near-death experience due to toxic shock syndrome. And this, pretty sure, was derived via heavy metals. But the essence here is that she's had so much turmoil in her life. And if you look at the circumstance, the cards that you were dealt, you agreed to those. She had a coma, the near-death experience. Her parents were also not real parents. They treated her terribly. And she agreed to that. We all agree to the hand that we were dealt before we come here. So before you see yourself as a victim of something, the most tough moments and situations in your life, you're not a victim. Those are meant for spiritual depth. And it can be so hard because it takes so long sometimes to realize that we're human beings and not just physical bodies. And when you really are honest with yourself about the cards that you were dealt, your life is going to get smoother. It will enhance. Everything will feel a little bit better. For me, my dad, just not the man I wished he was. One of the most priceless things in my entire life is my relationship to my father. I can't put it into words. Practically, he just didn't do the things that society taught me that a dad should be. And then I realized, wait, he's actually a real father because he listened to his heart as best as he could. And he's been through some hard practical things in this material realm. And I've never seen the man be cold or callous or evil. And that just warms my heart. Although he is who he is, I'll tell you more about that in the future. Comment if you're really interested. But ultimately, what's the second thing that you agreed to before you came here? And I would say the things which bother you the most about yourself, those are for you. They're gifts. I was so shy and terribly insecure. And just all I did was please people because I didn't know what else to do. I was small and I wanted to fit in and I just didn't want to cause any trouble. That has changed a lot. But for me to be who I am today, with the message that I have on my heart today, I had to go through that and be a boy who was just a boy. And, right, that's the beauty in transforming into a man, someone truly aligned, a child of God, which you all are. It's just some of us aren't truly living that life, but we all are that inherently. To learn how to live in alignment and congruency with the universal laws and the essence of truth, you're going to have to touch the obsidian, the depths, and have yourself be riddled down to the bone. Have your heart be fractured into a million pieces. And then someone's going to come and stomp on all the pieces too. That's all going to happen. I love you. When I say that, getting your heart broken, having tough circumstances, all of this is a gift. It's so important to be vulnerable and to feel rather than resist, because the energy, the attachment, the memorization, the experiences, and the knowledge that we all have of ourselves, it matters because we're meant to play this game, but all simultaneously, we can use that observational ability, that awareness to realize that this is so much more beautiful than thought could ever conceive. Like life beyond thought is a presence that is a gift. But when we are self-centered and we're thinking, then you close yourself off from the beauty of the game. And so the third thing that you agreed to before you were born, it really is that the trials and tribulations, they are something that you hand wrote yourself. Like all of the most difficult parts of your life were actually something that you directly asked for. So it's just taking another step from point number 2, because we're talking about noticing and not resisting those things and realizing that it's a gift, but it's a whole nother level when you recognize you wrote out your life. Like, your entire destiny is written. And when I say that, that doesn't mean, right? If you take that logically, then the logical fool will say, oh, then I could do anything I want and I could act terribly out of alignment and irresponsible. No, you wrote your destiny out, but you also wrote out the millions of different timelines that could occur. So, like, every shift in your life, every decision you make, which may or may not be a decision, all that you're doing in your life is creating, right? And this stuff is pre-written, but it's not too much to be thought about. It's just good to understand that everything that happens is a gift for you. There's nothing to resist. There's no fruit in resisting it. When your heart gets broken, when you're grieving, when unforeseeable surprises happen, then you can understand what you feel is a spiritual awakening. It's not a bad thing. It's a new level of consciousness and depth within your heart, your gut, and your mind. And what's more priceless than that? Like, having tuned into new frequencies and vibrations. This is the essence of the greatest people ever to be born. And they're not any better than you, like Christ, Buddha, Allah, etc. And I could go on, more people. There are amazing souls who do the work, right? And all the people who don't do the work, they're still just as amazing. It's just later. Because we can't predict how long the planet goes on for. The one thing you can see is that you're a creator. And there are so many creators out there. So let's tap into that, okay? I love you. Genuinely. Not like light, you're light. No, we're also distortions too. Let's be real about that. But all simultaneously, it's a beautiful thing if you can learn how to feel, learn how to play the game. If you're interested in working one-on-one, or if you just want any of my extra resources, check the link in the description below. We have the private blueprint for entrepreneurs, and that's so you can release stress, anxiety, tension all in less than 60 days. If that interests you, check it out. See you soon.